Here comes that promised second video, right? I hop on some of these. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to drop 2 videos. I'm going to give you a lot more content. I'm going to give you, more of my travel experiences, and I'll do 20 days. Not one video once a week, right? So here you're actually getting your daily double. Here's your second video. All right. Let me get real for a minute, man. On these cruises, I'm on an MSC cruise. I am on a 14-day cruise from Miami to Barcelona, Spain. Again, most people can't get 14 days minimum off from their standard 9-to-5 American job, much less if you're going to stay a few days in Barcelona or continue up throughout Europe. You need a job where you're an entrepreneur or where you have high level seniority in the job, typically to get more like a week off consecutively. So again, I'm on hiatus from corporate America. I had a separation from my employer, so I've got a little bit of money, got a little bit of time. So I'm going to go here and live life. Hashtag Vida. Live life. La vida loca. Might be crazy. We'll find out. But anyway, so giving us a 14-day cruise, 70% of this MSC Grandiosa cruising population is retired. 70% of people on this boat, on this ship, are over 60, right? And what I've come to notice is there are a lot of sugar daddies on this boat. You see a lot of men who are easily 25 to 30 years older than their date. And for the most part, which makes it crazy, is most of these sugar babies are black women. Yeah. If I've seen 12 sugar daddy, sugar baby relationships where the spread is like 20 years, 25 years. Yeah, most of the women have been black women with white guys. Yeah. So I said that to say that the game is gangster, right? Because I've met a lot of different people, and you can watch my earlier videos to see where I was spoken about the different people I've met, just navigating and walking around, gallivanting the cruise ship, right? So I met this one young lady, and she's friendly. We were cool. We were talking. She's actually an African-American female, has locks, good figure, attractive. And we're kicking it. We're cool. And she's a program director for a school. So she actually was able to call her shot and get a lot of time off because, again, she has a little bit of seniority with her employer. So she's cooking it. We're cool. We're talking. And she's like, yeah, maybe in the future we got to try together, kick it, whatever. And then, like I said again, we're vibing. So we said, okay, we'll kind of keep in touch. I see her the next day, and she's out with this white guy and his daughter. And, she's also like me, childless, nothing going on. And yet the next day I see you out with this dude looks like the King of Queens. Looks like Mall Cop. Looks like that guy. She's out with Mall Cop and his daughter. Bad enough she's out with Mall Cop, but she's out with Mall Cop and his daughter. So I'm out. I'm having, lunch with an older couple I met. They live in Italy. The couple where the husband works with Donald Trump. And she's like, hi. She's like, real quick, right? A very quick acknowledgement while I'm sitting having food with them while she's with, his name is Will, his daughter's name is Lily. And, they pass by quickly. So I see her again today. And she actually calls my room phone because we all can call each other's room phones. She's like, yeah, why don't you, meet me at the hot tub, meet me in the pool. So I met her at the hot tub in the pool. And then she proceeds to tell me how, yeah, I couldn't really talk yesterday. Will was there with his daughter Lily. And, I found out their names after talking to her today, whatever. And she's like, yeah, he paid for everything. And, he was just, really showing me a nice time. So I had to play the part. Playa. And to go along with that story, I met another lady who was from D.C. She's an entrepreneur. She's actually, her fiance passed. And then she's got guys hitting on her all over the place. And she went to dinner with a guy. He's French. And he took her out, wined her and dined her, gave her some nice dinner. And then they kind of went their separate ways. And then yesterday, or 2 days ago, I forget, I see her at a restaurant. It's a burger spot. And again, I met her at night too, similar how I met the other young lady who, is a program director of the school. Like I said, this lady owns her own business. She does marketing or something. I forget, advertisement or something. So I go and I chat her up. We're sitting there. And then the waiter, like I said again, there's lady racism on this boat, right? Because the waiter brought her initial order but didn't bring but didn't come to ask her if she wanted anything else. So eventually, she and I have been sitting there for 30 minutes. We've been talking. And she goes over to the hostess table and says, hey, my waiter, my server hasn't come back to ask me if I want something else besides this burger and cocktail I ordered. Like, I want another cocktail. So they end up giving her 2 free drinks. And she said she was actually going to buy me a drink, but because they gave her 2 free drinks, she didn't have to buy me a drink. It was comped by the restaurant. But then apparently the first guy comes in. She's like, yeah, that's him over there. The guy that took me out and wined me and dined me. Now he's mad because he thought it was going to be something more than that, but it's just friend zoned. So there we go, y'all. 2 different black females. And these weren't actually sugar babies. These are just people who were solo travelers who met men and decided to take them up on their date advances. I don't think I'm Pookie and I'm not Pookie and Ray Ray, right? If I could have got drinks bought by one of them, and then the other one took me out for tacos, but then she was able to get a free comp from the boat, from the ship. She got a free $100 comp. So out that $100 comp she got, she took me to go buy some tacos today, and she was telling me more about Will and Lily. And then the other lady who would have bought me drinks, she ended up getting drinks for free. So that's made me Pookie and Ray Ray, right? I never actually had someone spend money out their pocket. Someone got free comp drinks. Someone got a free comp $100 credit. But if I'm Pookie and Ray Ray, tell me I'm Pookie and Ray Ray. But yeah, both those white dudes were very, very hot to see the young, muscular YN with the chick they had dropped a good little bag on. So, Playa, these MSC cruise ships, black chicks is pimping. They killing the game. Killing the game.